social media. Other mistakes that I made a mistake of and I should know better. I should know better. This goes with being in comparison, thinking that the answer should be I should be made it by now. You ever get to the point where you're like, well, I've been doing this for 5 years, I should made it, or why aren't my sales up, or why isn't this thing taking off? Sometimes we beat ourselves up and we were like, man, maybe I'm not built. Maybe I'm not built for this. And honestly, let's be real. Maybe we're not. But at the same time, sometimes the trend isn't hitting. Timing in entrepreneurship is a big deal. Like timing is, you have to have good timing. Sometimes timing isn't there, right? I've known some people who've been doing the same thing for 7 years and it just didn't pop until year 6. And they were like, oh, this popped. So there's that, sometimes the reason something doesn't hit is maybe the trend is bad. Maybe it needs a tweak. Maybe your plan needs adjustment. Maybe you have a bad plan altogether. But sometimes we throw the baby out with the bathwater and we just say, this is not for me. I'm not good at this. I suck at life. Yada, yada, yada. Get rid of all that. Sometimes it's not the necessary way to go about this. Sometimes it's God just saying, hey, make a tweak, or your timing's not there. Or maybe you're going approach. Maybe your approach is different. Let's try something new. So I haven't really had that mistake a lot this year. I've had that mistake several times before where it was like, clearly I made a mistake somewhere and I need to make some adjustments. So that stuff has happened. When those moments happen, you would just adjust, just adjust. What are big mistakes I've made this year? Oh, I made this mistake at the beginning of the year. Bringing in wrong people. And I can't express this enough. The mistake wasn't bringing in the wrong people. The mistake was letting go of the wrong people, right? Letting them go when they should have been gone. That's a mistake that I've done. Keeping people too long, I should say. Sometimes we want people to win with us. And sometimes we think, and this is me, sometimes we go, man, I don't think I'm good enough by myself. I need people with me. And I keep making this mistake and it keeps setting me back. Sometimes we just don't trust ourselves enough, right? I don't trust myself enough. So I bring in somebody who doesn't have the game plan, doesn't have the skills, but I think they're better than me because I'm in a stage in my life where I'm not feeling good about myself. And so because I don't feel good about myself, or I don't think I can do it, or I don't people fool with me, I'm going to bring in somebody that I fool with because I think if I fool with this person, the other people fool with that person too. And then learning really quick that they don't have the intent to be part of your program or business. They don't hold weight. They can't do what you need them to do. But the bigger problem is keeping them. That's the bigger problem. Is when we keep them. When we keep them, that's a problem. So keeping people longer than they need to stay is a major mistake that I've done over and over again. And it's never about it's never the person bringing on a bad person. Every company does that. Every company brings on bad people. Every sport team brings on a bad seed once in a while. You're going to get somebody who comes in and you're going to learn quickly they're not a fit. That's not the mistake. The mistake is keeping people longer than they need to stay. This can even go as far as in relationship. You know how you get the red flags? They're red flags for a reason. And sometimes that red flag is like, yo, homie, get up out there. The red flag is real. And and for people, they don't get out. They just don't get out. The red flag is there, and they're just like, but I love them. But they're doing damage. They're damaging you more than they're helping you. And so you gotta be kind of like, you gotta see that thing through. You gotta let things go. How quickly can you let go of people? And then on top of that, when the other part of that is How to let go of people and still be their friend. I've had to learn that one. I've had to let go of friends. People, and that was one of the reasons why they stayed long, because they're friends. Letting go of people who I love and who I care about, who are good people, and I want them to be friends, and I want them to like me. I still want to have a relationship afterwards. Almost got to the point where I'm like, I just won't bring in people that I'm friends with. I just won't bring in friends or family ever again. But you gotta be able to go, I gotta let you go. Love you to death, bro, but you gotta go. I can't carry you anymore. I can't carry you. This isn't a good thing. We gotta do that more often now. Keeping people longer than they need to. Think of it like think about having something in your refrigerator that has expired, right? I don't know if you've ever had something expire in your refrigerator. That I'm not talking about like if it's the 13th, it expires on the 12th. I'm talking about like something has been in your refrigerator for months, weeks, months, half a year. If anything, if milk, can you imagine just keeping milk in your refrigerator for half a year? Oh, it doesn't matter what that container is. And the container is going to disintegrate eventually. That smell, that stench, that rottenness can affect your whole refrigerator. You ever had something go bad in your refrigerator and it affects everything in there? That's what it's like to keep somebody who you should have let go a long time ago. They get rid of everything. You got to be able to end things quickly. Get out of situations quickly. Again, I cannot reiterate this enough. It's okay if you hire bad. You got fired quick. You got to let people go quick. And you got the last thing, because, this is going by faster than I thought it would. You got to respect yourself at all times. I'm going to hit the hype button for that one. You got to respect yourself at all times. If you don't respect yourself, no one else will. Absolutely nobody else will. If you don't take care of your time, no one else is going to respect your time. If you don't respect your money, no one else is going to respect your money. If you don't respect your craft, no one else is going to respect your craft. And sometimes you have to be like, sometimes you got to get to the point where you have to trust yourself. You've put in the years to be where you are. Trust yourself. Stop degrading yourself because of stuff you've seen or heard or all this other stuff. That's noise. You got to be able to get through that noise, get out of that head, get out of your head, work out the noise and produce. Be who you're supposed to be. Be your authentic self. Regardless of what that looks like, be you. Be your authentic self. Do the best with what you got. Produce. Put your stuff out there. Take the chance because you respect yourself. Put some pressure on. But I will say, if you don't respect you, then how do you expect anybody else to? And you're in a relationship, you're a dating relationship. If you don't respect you, how do you expect this person that you're dating to respect you? They ain't going to respect you. If you don't respect you, how do you expect other people to respect you? Respect your time. Respect your hustle. That means protect your time. Protect your money. Protect your hustle. People who do respect you and people who do believe in you, give that back in the sense of protect them, respect them. If there are people who will go to bat for you, respect them. And I'm not talking this like if they go to bat for you, not if you're a friend that likes your stuff. If they go to bat for you and they fool with you, respect them. And challenge yourself. Continue to challenge yourself. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I've done wrong is I haven't respected what I bring to the table. I keep downplaying it like it's nothing. And then what happens is eventually what's going to happen is when people stop respecting you, when you stop respecting you, then people stop respecting you. People are like, well, I'm not fooling with him if he thinks this way about himself. He doesn't even get up early enough to work. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes your respect shows in how you do your daily routine. Does this person eat right? Do they drink their water? Do they get up and they go work out? Do they read? Do they pray? Like, how much of the hustle do you put into the hustle, right? Or are you just out here winging it? There's times where I just wing it, and people can tell that I've winged it. They just look at me like, I could tell you caught that in. I ain't your best. And I thank God for people who love me long enough to be like, I know you're probably going through something right now, but I'm gonna stick here with you. But I'm letting you know you can't drop what you're about to drop. That's not the best version of you. You clearly don't respect yourself. You dropping stuff like this. Remember, don't forget about the times where you were mad hungry, bro. Don't forget about the times that you were so hungry for success that you would stay up until the sun came up working. You was grinding, bro. You was grinding till late nights. You were the last person to go to bed, and you were the first person to wake up in the morning. Remember how you used to have like 2 jobs? Like you would work in the morning, go to school in the afternoon, work evenings, and then you stayed up all night with your laptop and you were just making stuff happen. Go back to that. Like no one could take that away from you. If you respect your craft, if you respect yourself, you would do that. And there's a lot of people always tell you, you gotta rest. I understand rest, but bro, when you have passion, you work from rest. There's moments when my brain is going on vacation. I'm on vacation. My brain is like, no, I want to write. I want to create, man. This is what I do. But when you lose respect for your craft, when you lose respect for your stuff, when you lose respect for yourself, it shows up, man. And next, you know, you're not even working hard for what you're doing. You don't even believe it no more. You're cutting corners. You ain't hurt nobody else but you. You ain't hurt nobody but you by cutting corners. You sleeping in. And then when you start doing that stuff, all the other stuff, the doom scrolling, the comparing, bringing wrong people in, all that stuff takes display. And next thing you know, you start imploding from the inside out. I encourage you not to quit, not to give up, but I also encourage you to, for those who stopped, start again. Start again, bro. You got to. There's people who you don't even see yet that need you. There's people who haven't even met you that need you to pull through because their win is connected to you. Right? There's other people who need your guidance. You've been doing some of this stuff for many, many years. I have so much respect for some of my friends because they wake up every day. And it's like, and I know they can say the same thing about me, but I say about them, I'm like, bruh, you've been trying to do this for a good minute. And you still out here doing it. And they'll say the same thing about me. Bro, you've been out here for a good minute. You still out here trying to do you. And I respect that stuff. I respect people who don't quit. And I know there's a season or maybe a moment, and there's a God moment where God says, you're done. But for the most part, though, you may not have made the playoffs in 4 straight years. That doesn't mean you're not supposed to be in the league. It just means you got to make a tweak. Maybe you got to do one of these things and let somebody go. Maybe you have to readjust. Maybe you have to get new coaches. Get a coach. Oh, yeah, that's the last. Get a coach. I got coaches, so that's not a mistake. I still have my coaches. Thank God. But get you some. If you don't have a coach, bro, I don't even know what you're doing. That could be a reason why a lot of people are losing. Because people online make it seem like it's cool to not have a coach. Bruh. Even if the coach is indirectly your coach, right? So even if you were like, hey, I read Alex Hormozy books, or I read That's not who I'm thinking of. I see his face, but I can't think of the gentleman's name right now. Not Jason Wilson, but there's another black man who's an entrepreneur, and he's a Christian entrepreneur. I can't think of his. I can see his face, and I can see him doing math and doing millionaire math. So him, Alex Hormozi, even if they're indirectly, you don't have a relationship with them, but you eat their stuff up, you read their books, you watch their presentations. Hey, that's indirectly their coach. That's your coach. Glean off of them and stop waiting for the perfect moment to strike. There is no perfect moment, right? 42% free three-point shooter for Steph Curry. I've seen shots that he has made. I've seen shots that Steph Curry put up, and the moment he leaves his hand, like, why would he shoot that? Oh, he made it. You're there like, oh gosh, yeah. Like, I don't know how many times I've said that. Like, oh, that's a horrible. Oh, he made it. Like, sometimes and sometimes the defense doesn't give you the time or the space or the moment. You just gotta go get it.